Log entry 473, Zeta, Human Adaptability in Combat. Date, Galactic Cycle 2988, 3.5, Quizolk Standard Time. Commander Zylthrax V'Rek, 13th Fleet Overwatch. Location, Cruxus 5, Sector 47B, Outer Rim Territories. Encryption level, Omega Prime. As the leader of the 13th Fleet Overwatch, I'm writing this report as a warning. It's not just about what happened on Cruxus 5, but about how dangerous humans truly are. If we don't change how we approach them, the Quizolk Imperium could face total disaster. The events I will describe reveal a truth about humanity that is both terrifying and remarkable. Cruxus 5 was supposed to be an easy mission. It's a small planet with few resources and barely any defense. Reports said the human colony had mostly civilians and a small security force. By all calculations, the operation should have been over within days, with minimal losses. When we arrived, scans showed 1,200 fighters, less than we expected. We quickly shut down their advanced systems with our suppression net, leaving them with basic weapons like plasma rifles and automated turrets. Their technology was nothing special. We thought we had the upper hand. But by the third day, everything changed. The humans proved themselves far more resourceful and dangerous than our intelligence suggested. This wasn't a battle we could win with sheer power. It became a test of who could adapt faster. The resistance shifted from conventional defense to a series of improvised and unpredictable attacks that dismantled our forces piece by piece. At 400 Galactic Standard Time, the humans emerged from the wreckage in Sector Epsilon. At first they looked disorganized, carrying crude weapons made from scraps of metal and wood. Command dismissed them as no real threat. We believed their advanced equipment had been rendered useless, leaving them with primitive tools. Then reports started coming in. Our forward patrols were being attacked, not with plasma weapons, but traps. One patrol skiff was destroyed by a spring-loaded device that shot sharpened metal with enough force to pierce our armor. Another patrol hid an explosive built from scavenged fuel cells and electronics. These traps were sophisticated, targeting weak points in our armor and machinery with eerie precision. The humans had turned the remains of their old weapons into new ones. Our analysts estimated it would take weeks to build such devices. They did it in hours. This level of ingenuity was unlike anything we'd ever encountered. It wasn't just the speed that was shocking, it was the efficiency. Every component was used with precision, from salvaged wiring to melted-down armor plating. They even repurposed biological materials. A concept alien to us Quizolk. Even destroyed drones became parts for new, lethal creations. Our troops walked into increasingly complex ambushes. Traps weren't just functional, they were innovative. One squad reported a tripwire that triggered a cascading series of explosions, collapsing a nearby structure and blocking reinforcements. The humans' ability to weaponize their environment so quickly left us scrambling. Each time we adapted, they adapted faster. By day 4, the humans weren't just fighting us physically. They started playing mind games. Their psychological warfare was as devastating as their physical attacks. Our soldiers reported strange sights and sounds, movement in the shadows, flashing lights, and eerie noises. Then we found effigies, figures made from scrap and dead bodies, left where our troops would see them. These weren't random. They were designed to scare us. They came with messages. We adapt faster than you evolve. Your strength is your weakness. We are the storm. The effigies mimicked Quizolk forms, using pieces of our own equipment and other materials. This caused panic among our troops. Some reported hallucinations and overwhelming fear. A few even deserted or took their own lives. It felt like the humans knew exactly how to break us down, mentally. The psychological toll extended beyond the battlefield. Troops stationed in forward positions reported sleepless nights, haunted by the knowledge that the humans were always watching, always planning. Entire squads requested reassignment, fearing they'd be the next victims of the humans' unseen wrath. On day 6, we attacked their stronghold in Sector Lambda. Our scans showed only 400 human fighters left and no heavy machinery. It seemed like an easy win. Commanders prepared for a final assault, confident this would end the resistance. But the humans turned the swampy terrain against us. They set up hidden pits filled with corrosive chemicals from local plants. When our armored units advanced, they triggered mines that released toxic gas, which ate through our suits. At the same time, the humans attacked with makeshift weapons, 2/3 of their number, projectiles made from hardened bone and other natural materials. These weapons were crude but effective. When they ran out of bullets, they threw rocks. When the rocks were gone, they fought with their bare hands. Their determination was shocking. Despite being outgunned, they kept winning skirmishes. By the end of the day, over half of Task Unit 23 was incapacitated. The swamp itself became a weapon. Humans lured us into unstable terrain, where our vehicles sank or became stuck. They exploited our reliance on advanced equipment, forcing us to fight in conditions that nullified our technological edge. The swamp's native creatures, hostile and aggressive, were also weaponized. Reports came in of trained humans using these animals to attack our troops. They even redirected rivers to flood key areas, cutting off our supply routes and isolating entire squads. Human teamwork is unlike anything we've seen. While the Quizolk rely on strict chains of command, humans thrive in chaos. Captured humans told us they didn't have clear leaders. Orders came from anyone with a good idea, even civilians. This lack of structure didn't hurt them. If anything, it made them stronger. Every human seemed ready to step up and adapt to the situation. They didn't wait for orders, they acted on instinct and initiative. In one case, we intercepted a message from a human engineer. This one individual coordinated defenses that stopped an entire Quizolk battalion. Engineers became strategists, medics became saboteurs. Even wounded fighters kept going, using their blood as a weapon, spreading diseases onto their blades. The humans seemed to instinctively work together without needing orders. During one skirmish, our troops observed civilians reinforcing a crumbling defensive wall, while soldiers fought off our advance. No one told them to do it, they just acted. This fluidity gave them an edge we couldn't counter. Their chaos wasn't disorganization, it was a new kind of order, one that adapted faster than we could respond. They also improvised communication. Even with their advanced networks disabled, they used simple visual signals, local wildlife, and sound to coordinate. No matter how much we disrupted them, they always stayed one step ahead. On the 9th day, we resorted to orbital bombardment to wipe out the humans. This destroyed the colony and left Cruxus 5 uninhabitable. But even in defeat, the humans left a final message. As we left, scanners picked up a signal from deep underground. The humans had built a beacon. It wasn't high-tech, but it worked. It broadcasted the same message over and over. We are the storm. Prepare. This final act wasn't just defiance. It was a promise, or perhaps a threat. Even as we obliterated their colony, they ensured their legacy would reach others. Who else might hear that signal? How long before their allies arrive? Personal note. I don't think we're stronger than humans. They adapt to anything. When we rely on systems and plans, they find ways to break them. When we try to predict their moves, they surprise us. Each failure only seems to make them stronger. This report isn't a victory, it's a warning. If we keep trying to conquer humans, we need to be ready for an enemy that doesn't give up. An enemy that learns and grows stronger with every setback. An enemy that won't stop until either they or we are gone. Isn't that great? Well, it's great because if you think about it, we'll still see the enemy at the end of this. For the sake of the Imperium, I beg High Command to rethink its approach. We can't beat humans, we can only survive them. End transmission, encrypt to Omega Prime. May the Imperium endure. Commander Zylthrax V'Rek, 13th Fleet Overwatch.